Good day. Hope you're safe and sound. If you have no knowledge of Excel, you may not be able to understand this session. Remember how I said you can achieve a solution in multiple ways and you should learn to go with what works best for you and also consider the time factor. Today, I will be showing you a mock data of a very simple real-life scenario that was brought to someone in Jovation to provide a solution, and we would look at multiple ways on how the problem was solved. The raw data sheet has the data that was collected for an analysis. The owner of this data wants to replace the old values in column B with the new values in column A on the value sheet. Hence, the person wants to use numbers instead of text for the analysis. Trust me, there are advantages to that, but we will not go into it today. Firstly, we can easily use find and replace manually. Let me do that with not at all. You can see that all not at all have been replaced with one. I will have to do this for all values to be replaced one after the other. Let me undo the change. Secondly, we can use formula as shown in the process data with formula sheet. The formula in column B is giving me 0 all through presently because the ifs function used in it is not supported by the version of Excel I'm using. The formula initially worked, but all of a sudden I saw the underscore XLFN full stop before the ifs function. Was battling with looking for error that was not looking for me until I remembered Google search and just copied and pasted and saw my fellow brethren with the issue and the reason why. Looking at this Google page, you can see a link already showing the reason why, then another link showing the reason why. You see why Google will always be our friend. I left the wrong formula so I could share the experience with you. Let me quickly replace it with the correct formula. I created the test data and the test formula sheet so I can show you what was observed while performing the task using formula. We will be using the if function for the formula, but one of the formula will have an or function embedded in it. The formula in the column colored red are not wrong. I would say they are incomplete, but if we were to work strictly on request, they are complete. When I say request, I mean based on the values provided that were in the sheet. You would understand better as we go further. The formulas in the green columns are complete, but just written in different ways. In solution 1, the formula is based on the values to be replaced provided. Also, any value not provided should be replaced with 0. This is effected in the last nested if function. Hope you can see it. You can see that after the logical test, then the value if true, the value if false is 0. The reason for the 0 is to confirm if all values present are stated in the value sheet. Filtering solution 1, I see 0. Checking row 17 on the test data sheet, it has space. 19 also has space, and on the test formula it's also 0. Based on what was discovered, in solution 2 I added another if function to replace space with 6. Hope you can see it. It is assumed that there will be no more 0, but on filtering again there is still 0. Checking a row that still has 0 to confirm why. You can see that one of the values to be changed was entered with a full stop. It is evident in row 53, 58, and so on. Let me make it bold so you see it well. You can see it has a character error. Obviously, frequently if not always and frequently if not always with a full stop are not the same because of the full stop character added to the other one. To be double sure that that is all there is, I used find all to see the total number of frequently if not always with full stop, to see if it matches the number of zeros remaining in the test formula sheet. See, this is 4 and you have it in 53. If I click here now, you see it highlighted that. If I click 58, it goes to 58. If I click 59, it goes to 59. And if I click 76, you see it also has full stop. So this is 4. Let's see if the test formula is also 4. Okay, it's 4. So I believe that's all there is to the error. So we don't go back and forth. Let me clear the filter. For solution 3, with the last observation, I used an or function in the if function for the frequently if not always. Let me highlight it so you see it. So this is the function for the frequently if not always. On the logical test, I use the or function to say if the test data in B2 is equals to frequently if not always, or equal to frequently if not always full stop, it should put 5 as the value if any of them is true. You know that's what or does. Well, if you have been familiar with Excel, you will understand this better. I don't want to go further into breaking down the formula because that's not the subject of the day. For solution 4, I did not use the or, I used if function all through. As you can see, the first if tested for the first if for the frequently if not always tested for frequently if not always. Then the value if false tested for frequently if not always with full stop before the last if function testing for space and putting it as 6. So I hope you understand what is happening here. Solution 5 was about being dynamic and using cell references that contain the old values. As you can see, all the function is looking like gibberish, but if you understand the function, you understand it better. For instance, on the value sheet, if I change 4 to 333, you see that all values that were 4 on solution 5 changes to 333. With this, I do not need to alter the formula for the change compared to solution 3 and 4. Let me undo the change. Lastly, I used VBA to automate the first find and replace method, so we do not have to do it manually. This can also be done for the second if function method, but let's work with this. At the click of a button, all values will be found and replaced. Let's click this replace value button to see what happens. Okay, you see that on the processed data with VBA, all values are changed to numbers compared to the raw data. But you see this one with full stop has not changed. That's because it's not in the values page. Okay, let me quickly unhide this. So okay, so you see this yellow part was not mentioned when the person sent in the problem. Let's click the button again and see what happens. You can see that everything has been changed. Let's go back. Let's say for instance the person doesn't want 1 2 3 4. The person wants I I and so on. So let's click the button again. Can you see? So you see the beauty of VBA. Let me go back to what the person wants. You see? Just with the click of a button, and it's very fast. In this case, if you have 30 words or more to replace, I am sure you would happily go with VBA. This is the code used. Sorry, we will not be explaining the content of the code in this session. On this note, I want to believe we have gotten the concept of multiple ways of solving a problem, going with what works best for you and considering time. You know the popular saying, time is money. A quick one, please, I initially advised to use Office 2010 and above. Please ignore that advice because evolving with time is the best. If you are not using the latest Microsoft Office version, at least you should try your best to be using nothing less than 2 versions prior to the latest Office version. Thanks for watching this session. Hope you watch the next one. Do have a lovely and blessed day.